Hey there, TRW crew. Matt Vassallo here with the RhinestoneWorld.com. So we've had a couple questions recently as far as the magic trap feature in the TRW Stone Wizard and doing it with like a brush script font we did have a few questions with. So what I want to do is I wanted to do something real quick here in Coreldraw just to show you exactly how to do that, and hopefully that will solve all those questions, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm in Coreldraw X7 here, the 64-bit, and the TRW Stone Wizard version 2.06. So remember, in the 2.06, we did change the magic vinyl around. We put all of our new neon colors. We also put a lot of our different fashion vinyls in there as well. So those are awesome features that we added free to the 2.0 owners. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my text tool here, and I'm just going to type out Mustangs. Okay, so the question was if they were working with a brush script, how to do the magic trap to be able to get glitter with glitter, because you can't necessarily layer the glitter on top of glitter, so you want to use the trapping feature. So I'm going to show you how easy that is to do in the TRW Stone Wizard here. So we're going to go to fonts, and I'm going to find my brush script font. So there it is. I'm going to make this a little bit taller just so it looks a little bit nicer, and I'm going to go out to about 9 inches or so, 9.1 inches. Okay, now I haven't done anything as far as converting this to curves or welding it together yet. So if I were, and I'm going to show you the difference, if I were just going to go arrange, convert to curves, okay, and then a lot of people think, so, okay, this is ready to cut. But as you can see, look in between the M and the U and the S, see the pass, and I'm going to go to the wireframe here so you can see. So view, wireframe. See right in this area? That's going to cut exactly like that. So that's what it's telling your cutter to cut when you send it from Coreldraw. So it's going to go in and cut this out, and you don't want that when you're working with the heat transfer vinyl. So I'm going to show you how to fix that. So let's go view, and actually let's stay in our wireframe here, and I'm just going to hit Control Z and Control Z to go back. So now I'm to where I can still edit my text. I just double click to do that. Now what I'm going to do, there are a couple different ways you can do it. Normally the easiest way that I like to do it is if you just go Arrange, Shaping, and Weld. And watch when I hit Weld what happens in between the U, S, T, and A. Boom. There you go. See the difference there? Now it's going to give us some perfect cuts, and we're ready to go. Now what I also like to do while I'm in here is I like to clean it up a little bit. Like, see that little nick right there? We don't want the cutter to actually cut that. So if I just double click on the design, that allows me to edit the nodes, and I can just go and delete that one there, and probably even delete that there. Now it's nice and smooth. And I'll go around and see if I see any others. Look in here. See that? It was kind of hard to see it, but see that nick right there? Again, delete both of them. Gets a nice smooth round in there. That looks pretty good there. And I bet you there's probably a little one right there. Yep, see that little one right there? So I'm just going to highlight both those nodes and just hit delete. And that fixed both of those. And I bet you right here, because I can see two nodes next to each other. See, right there? Boom, delete. Still looking nice and smooth. Everything's looking nice. It's going to cut great. Looks good all around there. And I would say we're looking pretty good on this design. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to view and get us back into the enhance frame. Now what we're going to do is work with the wizard a little bit. So we're at 9.1 inches. I want this overall design to be, let's say, 9.5 or 6 inches. So I'm going to go to the TRW Stone Wizard. I'm going to go to our place and fill, and I'm going to do one island to the outside of our original path here. I don't want to add stones because I'm just using my heat transfer vinyl. And let's do a spacing of 0.1 and see what that looks like. Island fill, and I think that looks pretty nice. Now, what it automatically does, it does a clear fill for you. And then it's going to put this blue line around the outside, and all that's doing is showing you the distance of that actual path that you just created, or island you just created to the outside. So let's say I want that outside to be a yellow, so I'm just going to click on it, and I'm going to left click on the yellow, and then I want to get rid of that blue. I just right click on the X here, and that gets rid of my path. So I'll show you what, anytime you right click on something, see it's turning it the different colors for that outline. If you right click on the X, it gets rid of the outline. Same thing with the left click. If I want my fill to be blue, or if I want my fill to be the blue zircon or the aquamarine, left click does the fill, right click does the outline. All right, Very good, very good. So when I created that outline, I'm going to show you what it looks like underneath. See that right there? So it's going to obviously look, and it's going to be a complete fill underneath. So this would be completely fine if we were using sign vinyl and we could layer it on top of each other. Completely fine if we were using Easyweed or any of our other heat transfer vinyls that we can layer directly on top of each other. But if we want this glitter on glitter, it's not going to be fine. Well, that's why we came up with the awesome feature in here in the TRW Stone Wizard is the magic trap feature. So it's going to be set at 0.02 off the start, and that's what we found was a pretty good trapping method and distance to be able to get it nice when you're pressing the design. So watch, again, if I move the black, it's actually like that right now. I'm going to Control Z to go back. Now I'm going to highlight both of them. You can see I created my box around the blue and the black, so I got everything highlighted. You can see if I move it, everything's highlighted, and I'm just going to hit Magic Trap and it's done. It doesn't look like it did anything, but watch when I zoom in here. Boom. See that? Now, this black or whatever color you use for that part of the design is going to get a nice, good connection and an adhesion to that garment or bag or whatever you're doing. And then you just have a slight overlap that's going to allow it so when you press it, you aren't going to see the bag in between. Because if it were line to line, there would be no way to line it up perfectly. And that's why we use the magic trap. So again, if I go to my view and wireframe, you can see the slight overlap there. See that? The slight overlap, and that's what's going to give you a little bit of wiggle room when you're doing that second press. Now again, we also get the question is, okay, I did an overlap and I used the magic trap, but it's still not lining up perfect. What's probably happening with that is you're doing that initial press for a little bit too long. So with that initial press, you don't want to hit it for a full 15 seconds or whatever your recommended time is for the material you're using. You just want to do it for enough time to be able to get that initial tack down. And then when you hit the second color is when you're going to do your full time and temperature and everything. Okay, does that make sense? Because what happens if you hold on that very first color for a full 15 seconds or whatever your recommended time is, it's actually going to shrink a little bit, make it harder for everything to line up. All right, so there you go. And then I can show you the awesome feature here. If we wanted to, we can go in here to our magic vinyl, and we could put a black glitter outline. We could go over here to our fashions and do a zebra fashion. That looks pretty sweet. Do a cobra fashion. We can do the army. Looks pretty sweet with the army and the glitter. Leopard print. Looks pretty awesome. We could also do a different color outline if we wanted. Anything you want to do, you can do in this now because of the options you have with the TRW Stone Wizard. Alright, so pretty sweet looking design we just created there with our magic trap, and you can see when I zoom in it still has that perfect trap right there, and that's how easy it is. So you can do a custom name with some of our awesome glitter vinyls, pattern vinyls, whatever you want in a matter of honestly a few seconds. Throw it on a mock-up real quick, show them exactly what it looks like, even put it on the proof sheet, email it over to them in PDF format, and you're good to go. So if you do have any questions over the magic trap feature, definitely give us a call and we can help you as well. But this video should answer all of your questions on this. But if you do have any questions on the TRW Stone Wizard, you're new to it, you haven't used it yet with Coreldraw X7 64-bit. It's also compatible with X5 and X6. 32-bit and 64-bit, so compatible with X5, X6, and X7. So awesome feature here. Coreldraw X7, the TRW Stone Wizard version 2.06. Hope you enjoyed this video. This is Matt with the rhinestoneworld.com, and you guys all have a wonderful day.